The Secret Time Maze. One sunny afternoon, the grand opening of the world's most anticipated amusement park finally arrived. The park, called the Time Maze Park, promised an adventure unlike anything seen before. At its heart lay a massive, enchanted maze, so large that no one knew exactly how many paths it held. The park's biggest attraction was its ability to take visitors through time, allowing them to explore everything from the distant future, where robots ruled, to the ancient past, when dinosaurs roamed the earth. Among the eager crowd that day was a young boy named Takuma, along with his two best friends Kenta and Yui. Takuma had always dreamed of adventures that could transport him to different times and places, and this park seemed like a dream come true. Armed with a map and wide eyes full of excitement, the trio stepped into the entrance of the time maze, not knowing that their day would lead to an unforgettable experience. "Let's go to the future first," Kenta suggested, pointing to a shimmering path on the map labeled Robot City. Takuma nodded. "I want to see flying cars and talking robots." Yui, always the cautious one, smiled but added, "Just don't get us lost in there." The maze was designed to be disorienting in the most fun way possible. High walls of greenery twisted and turned, and every few steps, they'd come across signs pointing to different time periods. At first, they marveled at how smooth the journey was. After taking a left turn, they found themselves stepping into a dazzling future city. Tall skyscrapers made of shining metal stretched into the sky, and robots of all shapes and sizes bustled about, chatting with humans and performing all kinds of tasks. Some robots zipped by on wheels, others floated in midair. "Look at that one," Takuma said, pointing to a massive robot shaped like a dog, carrying a group of children on its back as they laughed and waved. Kenta ran ahead to get a closer look at a robot shopkeeper. The robot was selling shimmering gadgets, but Takuma couldn't figure out what any of them were for. "Are these things for the future?" he asked, but the robot only blinked its mechanical eyes and smiled. After enjoying their futuristic tour, the trio decided to venture further into the maze. They passed through time portals that took them to all sorts of amazing places. A medieval castle where knights in shining armor paraded on horseback, a Wild West town with dusty streets and cowboys practicing their quick draws, and even a sprawling desert where ancient Egyptian pyramids towered against the horizon. But as the hours passed, the friends started to notice fewer and fewer people around them. It was as if the park was growing quieter, emptier. Eventually, they reached a secluded part of the maze that none of them had seen on the map. It was here that they stumbled upon a curious door, hidden between two high walls covered in ivy. The door was small and old, made of dark wood, and looked nothing like the sleek, futuristic or grand entrances they had encountered so far. "What's this?" Yui whispered, brushing some of the ivy away from the door. Above the frame was a sign that read, "The Secret Era. Enter at your own risk." Kenta's eyes widened. "Secret Era? This isn't on the map. Should we go in?" Takuma's adventurous spirit flared up. "Of course we should. Who knows what we'll find behind this door? Maybe it's the best part of the park." With a deep breath, Takuma reached for the rusty handle and pushed the door open. The hinges creaked, and a cool, mysterious breeze flowed from within. As the door swung wide, the trio stepped through into an entirely different world. It was unlike any of the other time periods they had visited. Instead of a familiar era from history or a vision of the future, they found themselves in a land that seemed otherworldly. The sky was a soft, glowing violet with clouds that shimmered like gold. The ground beneath their feet sparkled as though it were made of tiny crystals. Trees stood tall, their leaves translucent like glass, and strange luminescent flowers bloomed along the path, casting gentle light around them. In the distance, a series of floating islands hovered lazily in the air, connected by glistening bridges made of light. "Where are we?" Yui gasped, her eyes wide with wonder. "I don't know," Takuma replied, equally awestruck. "But this isn't anything like the other places. I think we've found something different." As they explored this strange land, they came across creatures they had never seen before. Majestic beings with wings made of light, flitting between the trees. They saw rivers of silver, flowing peacefully, and fields where crystal flowers swayed in the soft breeze. The air was filled with a faint melodic hum, as if the world itself was softly singing. But what made the place even more mysterious was that they were alone. No other visitors from the park were there. In every other part of the maze, there had been crowds of people marveling at the sights. But here in this secret era, they were completely alone. Just as they were starting to wonder what to do next, a deep rumbling voice echoed from somewhere nearby. "Welcome, young explorers," the voice said, gentle but strong, like the sound of distant thunder. They turned to see a massive creature emerging from the shimmering trees. It had the body of a lion, the wings of a great eagle, and eyes that gleamed like the stars. The creature was both magnificent and intimidating, but its expression was kind. "I am the guardian of the secret era," the creature said, bowing its head slightly. "You have entered a place beyond time, where no humans have set foot for centuries. This world was once home to great inventors and dreamers, but it has been hidden from the rest of time until now. Only those with the heart of a true explorer can find their way here." Takuma, feeling a mixture of excitement and responsibility, stepped forward. "What happens now?" The guardian's eyes twinkled. "Now the real adventure begins. This world holds many secrets, some wondrous, some dangerous. You must explore carefully, for not everything here is as it seems. But if you are brave, you may uncover the greatest mysteries ever known." With that, the guardian spread its wings and took flight, leaving the friends alone in the magical world. Takuma, Kenta, and Yui looked at one another, their hearts pounding with excitement. They knew this was no ordinary theme park anymore. This was a place of real discovery, where they would face challenges and uncover secrets beyond their wildest dreams. As they ventured deeper into the secret era, they couldn't help but wonder what kind of wonders and dangers awaited them. Whatever they found, one thing was certain: their adventure had only just begun.